Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another Abyssal Legendary Hero Battle. Today we are taking down the Exalt's other half, Robin. We are going to have a meeting of the minds and take down this tactician in order to earn these gold tinted glasses, which look pretty awesome. And this map was very difficult. But a lot of that was probably the units that I was insisting on using. I was very specific in what units I wanted to bring for this one, which didn't leave me a lot of flexibility in what I could do. But I figured out a solution, and really it was mostly Robin himself. Sometimes the legends or mythics don't contribute a whole lot, but Robin, just by existing, causes a lot of headaches. He is definitely playing chess master here, swinging a lot of stats and making it difficult to break enemies. Once you clear him off the map, the rest of the units are not terribly difficult. There are a few that can still kind of catch you off guard if you're not paying attention to your positioning, but other than that, Robin is definitely the main threat here, manipulating everything from the sidelines. So we will have to take him down, and to do that, we have brought in the greatest tactician to clash wits with him. Why, it's Robin himself! The original Robin is a little outclassed in terms of stats, but we're going to remind Robin that numbers aren't everything. Whether they be his stats or the sheer number of reinforcements that he's brought in, we're going to show him that that doesn't matter compared to just having a good strategy. And for that, we have loaded up our units with some interesting skills. Robin here, despite doing a lot of offense with his attack res unity and lull attack speed, keeping himself charged up with soul, he is also still definitely leaning into support with love bouquet and drive attack to give his allies some extra oomph. Next up is best daughter Morgy Wargy, who is also supporting with father's tactics. However, she is playing even more of an offensive role with attack speed push and SR far trace and blade session to break through some of the tankier foes, and savage blow to help chip the enemies down and support the other units so that they can get their kills as well. Next up is Morgul Borgul, our male Morgan, who is also taking a more offensive approach. Null follow-up lets him break through enemies. He is doing a little bit of stat swinging of his own, draining his foes' stats so that he can debuff them, buff himself, and break through more tanky units. And that's not all. Since he is taking such an offensive role, we also gave him Pulse Smoke so that he does have a little bit of extra support and can turn off enemy specials, which is actually very key at one point. And that trio of Awakening Mages gives us quite a magical tour de force to take down this tactician. However, we do need a fourth for this map. And so, I brought in Papa Garen. He's here to be the bad dad that Robin never had, and he's going to serve as the team's main tank, since the Morgans in particular are a little more on the frail side and can struggle with surviving repeated engagements with some of these super statted out Abyssal units. Papa Garen will protect his grandchildren, and he is geared towards that with skills like attack res unity and dragon wall. I also finally gave him an ascendant fleuret, which I didn't actually think was going to do anything on this map, but I think that actually put him above a certain res threshold for dragon wall, which did let him survive some hits that he wasn't surviving before, so that was cool. And since he's tanking a lot, we have distant counter dragons on his seal so that he can still be clearing out enemies as he's tanking them. And then he's also running Savage Blow to add a little bit of extra support to the team and chip enemies down just like Morgan. And that also works well with his Breath of Blight, which can drain enemies and keep himself sustained, which is important because we had to swap out his special from the standard Aether, and instead we are running a very odd choice here in Blazing Flame. As for why, well...
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
So yes, there are a few questionable skills on some of these units, but for the most part, they are sticking fairly close to their intended roles, and that will be enough to see us through. So with all our pieces on the board, we are ready to engage Robin in a true little test of whether or not he is truly worthy of the title of Legendary Hero. Personally, I think instead the title should go to our Robin, and we are going to prove that with this little skirmish here. To start, we do need to swap our units' starting positions so that we have the red units taking point. We're going to move both of them down, and then Morgan and Robin will move into support and join them. We need them positioned like this to manipulate the enemies into moving up in such a way that we can easily clear them out. Otherwise, we will struggle as they overwhelm us. So we're going to get debuffed, which will be a pain, but we will be able to work around that. And the Troubadour attacks into Garen doesn't do a whole lot, but does inflict us with gravity, which will be not really an issue, but it could be annoying if we weren't prepared for it. Swordfighter attacks into Garen and does a good chunk of damage to him, but he is able to endure. And so now we are going to have Male Morgan attack this Bowflyer. They have Fire Sweep, so they can't even counterattack. We take them down like so and drop the Pulse Smoke. In particular, we hit this Lance Knight, which turns off their Pavies, which would have been a bit of an issue. But with that out of the way, we will be able to clear them out in just a moment. First, though, we are going to have Robin attack the Sword Fighter, finish him off. And now, Female Morgan will move in and dispatch the Axe Fighter. Doesn't even believe in the weapon triangle, hits him with the double 49, which is double the luck. And we will just have her remain in position so that she can support with her father's tactics. And now we will have Papa Garen with his charged special move in, and here's that surprise tool, and it is quite a surprise indeed. Papa Garen drops the AoE special, chips down the Lance Knight, and then immediately smashes their face as they move in to protect the Troubadour. The Red Cavalier moves in to attack Garen for a whopping 0, and we're going to hit back. Don't finish the job, but we do take them down quite a bit and cause the Troubadour to move in to heal them. Green Thief attacks Garen, does a little bit more, funny enough, despite the weapon triangle disadvantage, but still doesn't manage to take down our sturdy Papa Garen. And now, Breath of Blight triggered and did chip damage to Robin and these guys, and healed Garen back up to full, which is very helpful. Again, we had to forego Aether to run that Blazing Flame to break that Lance Knight in one round, and so having the Breath of Blight top us up again is very helpful. And now we're going to have Garen move in and attack Robin, and oh, what do you know, despite those debuffs, we still have another AoE special, and we take down a huge chunk of his health, even though we only hit for 9 damage. Now we're going to have Robin move in to support with his drive attacks, and now Male Morgan can move in and finish off his alternate universe father and just take him down. Drop more Pulse Smoke, Not that it's as important in this case, but doesn't hurt to slow these guys down a bit. But now this bow fighter is the last unit that's actually a real huge threat, now that Robin is gone and no longer providing just infinite debuffs on us. So we need to get Male Morgan out of there. He will get taken down by the bow fighter's doubles, and so we're going to just have Female Morgan draw him back, and then we're going to have her use her trace skill to move in to support Male Robin with her tactics. Red Cavalier attacks the Male Robin, and we aren't going to be able to kill, but we are going to hit back for some decent damage, drop them into KO threshold, and they move up. That's all they could do with their turn though. And from here it's just cleanup. We're going to send Papa Garen to take out the Green Flyer, one-shot him. Oh man, look how much better we're doing now that those debuffs are gone. Robin will move in and take out the bow fighter before they get a chance to be a real issue. Much less intimidating when we are the one initiating on them. Take them down. And now Female Morgan will hit the Lance Fighter. Zap! Down you go. And drop Savage Blow. And we're going to just move her out of the way. And now we can move Male Morgan in to draw back Robin, get him away from this blue Manakete. Sword Cavalier attacks on Robin, and the Red Cavalier attacks into Morgan. Neither of them are going to take us down though. We are getting into some critical HP range, but that's fine. We have enough HP to finish the map. Now we just have to have Morgan dispatch the Sword Cav. One-shot it. Bye-bye. And now we'll just move her up. Actually, we'll just move her there. And we'll have Robin and Morgan move out of the way, and we'll move Garen into range to tank the blue Fafnir. We're reducing that damage and tanking just fine this little dragon fight here. Kind of, with the damage they were doing, it was more kind of like a baby fight, but I mean, Papa Garen's old, you know, he's worn out. He already carried most of the map, so he's a little tired. It's fine. We're going to send Morgan to finish off that blue Fafnir. Zap. Take some damage. Again, critical HP, but it is enough for us to finish the job. Take out the blue Fafnir. Chip down the Troubadour, and now Robin can assert his tactical dominance and finish off that Troubadour. Down you go. And there we go. Everyone's in a bit of a beat-up state, but it was enough to see us through. Well, Garen's okay. He's just tired. And with that, we have gotten the gold-tinted glasses. A fantastic job and a stellar example of Robin's tactics, and I'm sure it was an enlightening experience for both the Morgans and Papa Garen. I don't think he was paying attention, but you know. I'm sure he still had fun getting out and doing some damage. So anyway, that was a bit of a fun little map. It was interesting to do that little challenge with the Awakening units, and yeah, all magic damage made it a little bit more difficult, but it was interesting nonetheless. Anyway, thank you guys as always so much for watching, and until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon and the Angel Army signing out.